Hey Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today, taking a look at the month of July for Sagittarius. So wherever you happen to have Sagittarius in your birth chart, or if you're just wanting to check in on a Sagittarius, hello and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here today. We're gonna see what excitement awaits you this month, what is about to pop off for you here this month of July, Sagittarius. Now, please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. You know, it may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes. So, you know, sometimes that really affects my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out. You know, I do get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, which can make shuffling a bit difficult for me at times, especially when I feel like I'm being zapped in my hands. When that happens, I drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. You know, the messages get out the way that they are meant to eventually, right? Okay. You are getting a bonus this month, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for running them numbers up on last month's reading. If you would like to get a bonus in your next month's reading, make sure you're running them numbers up on this reading. Everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below, so make sure you check that out, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me, which I would absolutely love. I love connecting with you guys one-on-one, so make sure you're checking that description box down below there. Now, before we get to cards, we are going to get a direction message from the spirit board. So north, south, east, or west, spirit for Sagittarius, July 2025, a direction message. All right, south is showing up for you here, you guys. South signifies the element of fire and illustrates the power of action. So fire, you guys, this is your own element showing up for you here. And Spirit is saying you're going to know how, when, where, what, why, in regards to this action that needs to be taken. It denotes the active doing realm. To locate south energy, you should look for it in flame, lightning, and electricity. It can be as simple as turning on a light, you guys. So to heal yourself through this energy, do it through exercise, positive behavior, and good life structuring habits. Check in with yourself, with your own inner fire here this month, Sagittarius. You know, be really real with yourself. All right, let's get some tarot here for you. Let's see what you need to know here for this month of July. Spirit, thank you for your guidance, your wisdom, and your truth in all matters and in all things and at all times and in all ways. What is it that Sagittarius needs to know here? Ooh, okay, you got the star coming out. I love that energy for you guys. Not losing hope, not losing faith, keeping the bigger picture in your mind, having, you know, that inner strength that keeps fueling your own fire here. All right, you have the Fool coming out. You also have the Tower coming out. 3 major arcana. So this happened once already, just yesterday. So, and you have the 2 of Wands coming out here as well. So, okay. give me just a moment here. So what you think is going to happen is the Fool. So, you know, the Fool is the card that starts the whole journey here, you guys. So, you know, you're taking a chance. You know, this is unlimited potential. It's enthusiasm. You know, you may be a little naive at times. It's blind faith, spontaneity, and a zest for life. So this is the beginning of the journey, you guys. You know, you're facing many adventures and choices, and you're facing them head on, is what Spirit is saying here as well. You know, she is looking around. She's marveling at the beauty of her surroundings. She's watching these butterflies as they're in flight, and she's delighting in their freedom. You know, they have gone through a major transformation, a major change here, you guys. So she's completely unaware of the danger that faces her as she nears stepping off a cliff into the unknown. You know, it symbolizes taking that leap of faith, and it also cautions to be more aware of ever-present danger. So, you know, you could be giving into reckless behavior, blind optimism, and, you know, a total disregard for reality. The Fool is living in a dream world and is in danger of colliding with a rude awakening. So, you know, on the flip side there, you guys, you know, for every positive there is a negative that we need to be more aware of. So you know, you could think it's one thing and yet it's another, right? So what's actually going to happen is the Star here. I love it. This is Aquarius energy coming through. Like I said, it's all about you know, having a hope, having faith, you guys, that things are going to work out for you for your highest and greatest good. You know, the Star represents hope, inspiration, generosity, serenity, and faith. The Star also helps you to reflect on your blessings to foster a positive outlook. You know, the card here, this woman is surrounded by these 8 stars, and 8 is the number of strength, the strength card, the energy of Leo, which is another fire sign. You could have Aquarius, which is an air sign, the power of the mind, or Leo in your birth chart somewhere. You could be dealing with someone with Aquarius and Leo in their birth chart somewhere, and it's totally okay if you don't know, you guys. So don't, you know, worry about it too much. You know, this strength is needed to accept, you know, our imperfections and to build a self-esteem in spite of them. This woman here is pouring a cup of water into a larger pool of water, if you can see that there in her hands, which represents our subconscious and emotional state. With the other cup, she's pouring the water onto dry land, representing our presence here on earth. You know, we are a divine being having a human experience. We signed up for it, and I know sometimes we're like, what in the world was I thinking here? And the overall energy is coming through as this 2 of Wands, if I can even pick it up here. Sometimes I struggle with my fingers a little bit. So the 2 of Wands, 2s are all about duality and balance, you guys. Literally everything in our lives requires balance. So this represents authority, power, and persuasiveness, stepping into your true authentic power by being your true authentic self. So, you know, you're taking matters into your own hands here, you guys. You know, you're like, this action, and I'm the only one that can do it. I'm the only one that can live my life and make the choices, make the decisions. So the person represented here in this card is a confident trailblazer and a courageous risk taker. Hello, the Fool is backing that energy up on the positive side of it. It can also represent partnership or collaboration. So you need to make a choice about where you are investing your time, your energy, and your enthusiasm, you guys. It is very important that you do so, because, you know, you don't want to just be out here spinning your wheels and not getting anywhere, right? All right, something you should avoid is this Tower. So, you know, it represents upheaval, disaster, a reversal in fortune, or a striking revelation. So, you know, it's not blinding yourself, you know, that blind optimism, you guys. See things for what they really are, you know, and you could possibly even see this Tower moment coming before it happens if you're paying attention. So a monumental change or shift reverses the current false or shaky situation in order to pave the way for new opportunities. So going back to this Fool, and even when this Tower strikes, to not give up hope, to not give up faith, no matter how dark, scary, turbulent it gets, you guys. So your perception of this drastic change determines how you adapt to the new circumstances. So that definitely, your whole mindset, your whole outlook determines the outcome. So, you know, this Tower here has been built on a weak foundation. It's crumbling down around itself. So don't be in such a big hurry, you guys. Take your time when you're building your foundations. You want a strong, steady, solid foundation underneath you, one that is built to last. Now the gulls here, these birds, and birds are also messengers. They fly off into the unknown to look for another place to rest. So, you know, they got too comfortable, they got too complacent here. So, and, you know, Spirit's been telling them, you need to move, you need to move. Nah, you know, I'm comfortable here, things are perfect here, la-di-da-di-da, you know, and Spirit's like, all right, you don't want to move? Boom, now you got no choice. All right, let's see what's going on in the love department here for you this month of July, Sagittarius. Now, this can include yourself. It can include family, friends, significant other, literally anywhere you have love. So if you're like, hey, yo, Gigi, I really love my job, I really love my hobbies, and guess what? They are also included here. All right, you have the Tree for affairs with your family. And, you know, for some, you guys, this is coming through as ancestral as well. So, you know, not just your family that's here, but all of the many generations that came before you. We have the Stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. So for those of you that have been trying to get pregnant, you know, this could be a good month for you, or maybe you're expecting the arrival of a baby this month. For those of you that are like, hey, Gigi, I ain't having no babies, I ain't having no more, you know, point blank period. It could be a grandbaby as well, or it could be that this new business opportunity, you know, the Two of Wands did say that you may collaborate or join forces with someone. So maybe that's helping get that baby off the ground. You're able to go into business for yourself, or something along those lines. There are so many of us, so the possibilities here are literally endless, you guys. But you also have the Nest showing up as well. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. And look, there are 3 eggs there, you guys. So, you know, for some of you, like I said, that have been struggling, maybe you're egg retrieval or a surrogate, something like that as well. Maybe you're having to go that route. But eggs are also symbols of fertility, you guys. So, and they're a good source of protein too. So maybe you need to eat some more eggs. All right, we have a man, dealings or relationship with a man. Now, this man can show up in any of your relationships. Could it be yourself? Yes, it could. If you are like, hey, yo, I identify as a man, then, you know, maybe you're dealing with your own self. Maybe you're like, if I could run away from myself, I would. Maybe you're driving yourself crazy. I don't know, you know. Possibilities are literally endless there. But you also have this vase showing up for secret admirer. Could it be this man? Yes, it absolutely could. Maybe they are going to bring you flowers to fill your vase. Anything is possible, right? All right, let's see what's going on in career and finance for you this month of July, Sagittarius. I'm always like, hey, yo, bring me $1 million. You know, how amazing would it be if you woke up tomorrow and there's just $1 million sitting in your account? I'd be like, I manifested that. Thank you very much. All right, first up we have the vine. Seek out information that will help you. So, you know, I'm also feeling that going along with that family tree over here. You could be, you know, looking into your ancestry, but on a career front here, or money, you know, if you're thinking about going into business for yourself, you know, taking classes, you know, or doing things that are going to help you, you know, stand out from the crowd is what I'm hearing here as well. But it doesn't matter. Whatever line of work you're in, seek out that information that you need to know. And for some, it could have to do with your health insurance as well, Spirit is saying. So do your homework, you guys, basically. You also have the table, hard work up ahead. And, you know, don't let anyone sell you short, you guys, not even your own self, because you do bring a lot to the table. You have your own strengths, you have your own weaknesses. And, you know, if you do feel like, you know, you're weak in an area, seeking out that information. And it could be seeking out someone you notice that they don't struggle in that area. Maybe they would be willing to take you under their wing. We also have the tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. Like I said, you guys, when you're building your empire, you want to build it to last. So you have to make sure you have that strong, steady foundation underneath yourself. We also have lobster, which says financial pinch. But you guys, for me, when lobster comes out, I'm like, if you can afford to eat lobster, you can afford to buy lobster, you got some lobster money. So, you know, yeah, for some it could be a financial pinch. For others, you're like, hey, I'm whining and dining. I can afford lobster. I'm doing pretty good for myself. I'm bringing it to the table here, you guys. So, all right, let's see what's going on in life for you here, Sagittarius, this month of July. You know, life do be lifing a little too hard sometimes. You know, your girl here is like, hey, yo, life, why don't you pump your brakes? Use some Vaseline. And life's like, nah, bro, you can handle it. And I'm like, just because I can, don't mean I want to, you know, like, All right, let's see what we got here. You have needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. So from your heart and soul, from the very depths of your being here, you guys. You also have butterfly, a change for the better. You know, you had all of them butterflies there with the Fool. They're signs of change, transformation. You know, you come out on the other side as the beautiful butterfly. You have will, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. You know, you got to take hold of that steering wheel, you guys, and steer yourself back to where you want to be, where you need to be. You know, you're the only one that can. You know, like I said, for some of you, maybe you feel like you are just spinning your wheels and not getting anywhere. So it's time to reevaluate what's working, what's not. All right, we have the haystack, karma. You will reap what you have sown. So that either makes you feel really happy or kind of, maybe I need to be more mindful and aware of what I'm putting out into the universe, especially if you don't like what's been coming back to you, because you know what we put out in the universe, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, ugly, whatever the case may be, it goes out, it picks up steam, and it comes back to us tenfold. So you don't like it, you're the only one that can change it, and you are the only one that has the power to do so. So all right, let's get a message from the moon. The moon is all about changes in our lives. You know, the moon herself goes through her changes, her cycles, her phases from new to full. She is beautiful, wonderful, and amazing in whatever phase she happens to be in, and so are you. So let's get a message from Mama Moon here for Sagittarius. What is it that Sagittarius needs to know here? And Spirit is having me go back to that Two of Wands here a little bit. Wands is fire. That's the power of taking action. That is your own energy showing up for you once again here. We have first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. And we have full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. So I do believe I've kind of said that to you in some form already. Here you have two earth signs showing up for you here. So you know, earth is the power of the physical body, being present in your own life, showing up for yourself here, you guys. So all right, first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. This card brings in a steadfast energy, but it's clashing with another energy that wants to be free. You know, that fool up there was admiring the butterflies for their freedom. Seed control for best results. You know, sometimes we just have to let go and let God, or you know, whatever it is that you believe in personally. Realize that even though you can manifest your life to a great extent, you can't control everything. You know, there are just some things that are out of our control, you guys. But then, you know, we have to trust and believe that things are going to work out for our highest and greatest good, and you know, that our guides and our angels are working overtime behind the scenes on our behalf for our highest and greatest good. You know, they want to see us succeed. All right, full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. Blech. You know, sometimes it's like, I just want to be in my fantasy world. Find a balance between facing your reality and be kind to yourself and others. Give yourself lots of space for grace. If you're not happy with the message of this card, use the old trick of finding the best thought you can about your situation and go from there. Your manifestation affirmation: everything is always working out in my favor. Yes, one more time. Everything is always working out in my favor. Yes, I love it, you guys. All right, let's get a star seed message for you here for this month of July. Sagittarius, let's see what else you need to know here. All right, we have big picture thinking, and I know I said this to you already, to not lose hope, to not lose faith, to keep that bigger picture in mind. Pleiades energy, I'm sure I'm probably not saying that right, but hopefully you know what I mean. I'll show it to you. Visionary and inspired ideas. You guys, you are very smart, you are very creative. What you don't know, you will take the time to learn and figure out, and I love that. And you know, having a lot of fun, having a lot of grand adventures along the way. You know, in Tarot, you are the Temperance card, and Temperance takes fire and water and mixes them together, and instead of the water, you know, snuffing the fire out, it creates a beautiful rainbow. So you can take two chaotic things, or two things that, you know, seems like they wouldn't mix together, but you find the balance. You see the way to create the rainbow, you guys. All right, let's get a Starseeds mini deck message here for you for this month of July. Let's see what else you need to know here, Sagittarius. All right, okay, that one flew out a little bit. These are saying, ooh, you got freedom showing up, you guys. So we have stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. Sometimes we just have to be still. Sometimes we just have to let things be, you know, situations, people, you know, we just have to let it be. Inner world, your external world is a reflection of your inner world. Yes, we touched on that as well a little bit. We also have freedom. Follow your heart and nurture your soul with love and freedom to grow. Roots and wings here, you guys. You know, you have your family tree, you have your roots that help you be grounded, but also give yourself wings so you can soar, so you can fly, so you can have your freedom. All right, let's get a fairy dust message here for you, Sagittarius, for this month of July. Let's see what the fairies want you to know here. All right, we got a couple of them, it looks like. So we have practice. After a while, you'll dance on air. Practice makes perfect. You're almost there. Now is not the time to give up. It is the time to keep going, keep trying. Ooh, you have backpack. Get your compass. Adventure is yours. Get out of the city and enjoy the outdoors. Be one with nature, you guys. All right, we are going to get your bonus from the Oracle of Destiny. So let's see what you need to know here for this month of July. Okay, we have humidity coming out. Ooh, and let me tell you, it has definitely been humid here in Oklahoma. Your girl is like, I'm ready for fall, winter, where it's less, you know, humid here, you guys, because your girl does not like the heat one bit. So the aspect of the hand is literally the whole hand. If we imagine our hand as the surface of a living world full of underground rivers, the presence or absence of moisture on the palm is indicative of that invisible place. The rivers that flow within us are streams of emotions. When they surface up to our physically perceptible body part, they can tell us more about our emotional level. Sometimes they reveal simple anxiety, like when we have sweaty palms before an exam. Other times they tell us that we are not managing our emotional side as we would like to, or as we imagine it to be sociably acceptable. So, you know, worried about what other people are gonna think. Yeah, I mean, been there, done that. You know, I've lived a long time where I was worried about what other people thought. Now I'm just like, I don't give a single damn. All right, are you afraid to show how you truly feel, of being judged as not appropriate for a situation? Imagine that your job is to carry a lit candle from the other side of a lake. That lamp is your emotions. Protect the candle. Don't let it fall into the water. And like I said, you guys, you are that temperance energy. You know how to blend the water, which represents your emotions, with your own fire, you guys. You know, your own thing that tells you, this is what I need to take action on. This is what I need to be doing in my life. And realizing that all of life is a dance with balance. So, all right. And, you know, you can strike that tree pose, you know, like yoga, you guys, and feel more grounded, centered, stable. All right, Sagittarius, these are are your messages. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button down there. You know, make sure you hit it with the razzle dazzle, especially if you would like a bonus in your next month's reading. If you find you keep coming back here and you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with you guys. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. You know, you are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work. I wouldn't be able to do it without you. So you truly mean so very much to me, you guys. I hope that you have an amazing month of July. I hope that you're full of your own inner fire to the point that you are so excited about your life. You're excited about where you're going. You're excited about the people that are in your life or coming into your life. You know, you're excited about the things that you are doing, the places you are going. You know, your dreams are big, and believe in them. Bet on yourself 100%. Believe in yourself 100%. If you dream it and you believe it, you can absolutely achieve it. The sky is only the limit if you make it so, you guys. You know, limitless, untapped potential even is something else that's coming through here. So believe in yourself. Do not lose faith. Do not lose hope, you guys. You do deserve to have your happily ever after, however it looks to you personally. So I'm hoping and praying that all your dreams, wishes, prayers come true. So, all right, from the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. And I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.